NANI?!
Yo, and welcome to Shooting the Soil. There we go. Got my video capture on. Let me see. Yep, my mic should be good. All right. Hey, Bodie Life. Yeah, we're going to be checking out a sample from my garden this morning. Yeah, it's sort of getting in focus. She's still dialing in a couple of settings and whatnot, but I have a video set up, so... Back over to the microscope. So yeah, that's what we're sampling right now. We are at 100x magnification. I got my lab coat on, trying to look the part of the citizen scientist with my certification from Matt Powers in regenerative soil, and we're gonna have to do this one short because I actually got a regenerative soil microscopy with Matt Powers at 12. So we're gonna do a quick little scan and check out this bed in the next 45 minutes here. And yeah, so now we were just in the top corner, so we're just gonna go up and down, mow the lawn, so to speak. Yeah, we're seeing a couple of small bits of fungal hyphae in there, but overall, like, everything's nice big aggregates. I like seeing those big dark clumps like these over here that have fungal hyphae. And one great thing about using OBS to view is you could just 2x magnify. So we're looking at, two clumps of organic matter. And we got up top there a little bit of crunched up fungal hyphae, it looks like. Kind of weird looking, but probably just got crunched up from taking the sample. And we don't have my video capture on. Yeah, there we go. Brought me back up on this. We can go into 4x. Let me bring my video capture up there. Make sure my mic's on. Yeah, when I see her name, Bouty Life in the Gardens, I always think of David Bowie for some reason. Exactly. Alright, so we're going to continue just mowing the lawn, scrolling down, basically just looking for nematodes and other big microorganisms. Oh, big piece of hyphae, fungal hyphae, and we could see the septi, the little separations in it. Cool color too. Yep, my name's Matt too. Alright, so now we're just going to go over, we're going to scan back up. We're going to get to a busy part of the slide here soon. Oh, actually, let me get so I could just do I gotta do a full screen preview on my screen over here. Voila! Now I can see much better. So we were going up. I just gotta remember to look over at the chat. But yeah, a whole bunch of nice fungal hyphae. Checking those boxes. Oh, more fungal hyphae. So I like just being able to quickly 2x and then 4x in on it and be like, yep, fungal hyphae. Go back out. So that's the 4K capture card. So it's coming into the computer at 4K. I'm streaming at 1080p. So we got 2 clicks in of magnification. The 2x is at 1920, so you're pretty much seeing the same thing I am. And then when we go in one more, it's down to like 720p. but it's a nice quick way to view things. Yeah, yep. Quite a few bats. I think there's one other bat in the class too. Forget if it was in the soil class or the microscopy class, but seems to be a popular popular name in the space. Coincidentally. Yeah, so alright, let's check this out. So see this kind of weird looking thing? Let's put on the epi-florescence and turn down our light. And I'll turn up my settings a little bit here. Oops. Did I just move my camera too much? So this is kind of how we can see if this is microplastic. And it is glowing a little weird. Turn off the backlight completely. No, I'd have to go down a little bit more in light. Yeah, let's see if that does it. Turn off the backlight. Yeah. So just because it's glowing and doesn't and twisted like that, that's probably unfortunately a little piece of microplastic. So it's interesting how we can use the epi like that to whoa, way too much light. Let's get back up to bright field settings. Just changing the shutter speed on my camera right now and increasing the light so we get a nice good image. And yeah, right about there. Focus a bit more. And yeah, we got to get along with this scan here. Yeah, I'm loving this i4 Lumen scope from LW Scientific. It is definitely produces a really nice quality with the PLAN objectives. Gets a nice flat in focus image right onto my big sensor. But I kind of want to get a really nice crop sensor, something that can do 4K at over 30 frames per second, because my camera is capped out at 4K 30. Oh, so here's a cool little piece of sand, and I can demonstrate. I have a polarizer that's in the camera, and then I have this other polarizer down bottom where if I shift it, it does this cool color thing. So right about there, yep. Zoom in on this little piece of sand. Yeah, there it is at 4x. But it's really cool what light can do. And then we twist it back. Yep, and there's about normal. So I'm really, I want to do some tests to see if there's anything we could do with those refracted colors. If they mean anything or can correlate to what that piece of sand might be made up of. But anyway, oh yeah, I think we were going down. Oh, looks like, not sure if that's a piece of root or a big fungal hyphae right there. Just take a quick 2x look at it. Got a bunch of stuff on it. That might be an old breaking down root. That's my bet, anyway. Yeah, I discovered that dual polarizing thing on accident, and it's just your typical polarizer lens. So one of these is in the bottom of the camera, and one is these are down here, and all I'm doing is twisting it, and when they line up correctly, it does that weird lighting effect. You know, warm. Who would have known? But it also helps cut down on glares and lowers the glow so we can see things a little bit better. Like, you know, even especially when we're down in the looking at the bacteria, we'll see things will have a halo. I find the polarizers are really good at taking out that halo. Slightly, it's still there, but it reduces it. Seeing a lot of fungal hyphae. We're about halfway through the slide. It was a 1 to 10 dilution. meaning 1 milligram of soil, 10 milliliters of water, or yeah, milliliters on the slide. So yeah, now we're getting to a busier part. Still haven't noticed anything moving in there. Let's brighten it up just a tad. Hey, Chris Coperman. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I like seeing these big clumps of organic matter. Little pieces of fungal hyphae sticking out of there. Aggregating that, building that soil bank of organic organic nitrogen and carbon. But it's really cool how you can just build up a bank of nitrogen through all those amino and humic acids and and the plant matter and everything breaking down. You can store years and years of potential nitrogen. That's why the prairie was so great, is because it was really good at storing a whole bunch of nitrogen and just banking it in organic nitrogen that even if you have a ton of it, it will never burn your plants. And then the biology does its thing and unlocks it and makes it available. And, you could say that, that's plants' preferred type of nitrogen. Is what the biology can provide. Those very reduced amino forms of nitrogen. So yeah, we're looking at some kind of saprophytic fungi here, or most likely. I'm just going by it's clear. It's got hyphae, but kind of cool how it's wrapped around itself. That's probably from, mixing the slide and whatnot. Normally they wouldn't really coil up, but there was some disturbance when we take a sample. All right, which direction were we going? I always hate that. I zoom in and then I forget where we're going. I think where I was going up. Yeah. Oh, so that big brown thing is probably an insect part, a little antenna, leg, something. All right, let's see if we can find something cool. You don't always see a nematode or... Oh, I just see something moving over here on the edge. No. But it's been quite wet here. We've had a couple of rains, not like a torrential rain. We had one heavy rain that was about close to an inch where I am, but it's just kind of been cloudy and slightly raining most of this week. Oh. Is that amoeba? Let's go 2x. Oh, no, I think it's just a thing on top of a thing, I think. But seeing some spores and stuff down there, but... Alright, let's see if we could finish our scan here. Try to find any big microorganisms. Some more nice fungal hyphae. Yeah, it might have just been the slide melting. You see things move or pop every once in a while. And sometimes it's a microorganism that's stuck right on the edge, trying to swim out for whatever reason. And other times it's just, a little air bubble or just a slide drying, and it can shift things really quick. So I decided to move on, and I banked that it was just an air bubble or just drying and moving stuff. But yeah, here we're looking. I like the ratio of minerals. Everything's looking aggregated. Nothing super clear. Big chunks of organic matter. Decent structure. Yeah, that's the thing on top of a thing, because of how we're looking at it under the microscope, and we don't have much 3D capabilities. You gotta got to use your imagination a little bit, and the focal length. You can see like where things are focused, like if it's out of focus, and then there's how it comes in and out of focus gives you kind of a little bit more 3D aspect, but you can definitely be confused by some thing sticking on top of a thing that looks like some other thing. But yeah, a whole bunch of fungal hyphae were passing. Oh, that's definitely an amoeba. Nice. Just click in on 4x. Little amoeba. Little testate amoeba. Right there in the middle of the screen. Yeah, maybe I should have dug a little deeper. Alright, was I going up or down? Well, let's just I'm just gonna kind of browse through real quick, see if we can find anything else. Yeah, that's just a piece of sand, more fungal hyphae. And then we'll go into 400x and we'll check out the bacteria. Oh, that's interesting, right in the middle of the screen there. Yeah, I think it's some kind of spore just starting to grow. That's always cool to see. A whole bunch more fungal hyphae. Yeah, so here's a good example of the slide drying and how things can kind of like just pop and move around. Anybody stuck up here? Nope, don't see anything. Alright, we'll do one more scan back down and then we'll go into 400x. No, the amoebas usually stay pretty still, unless it's a naked amoeba and then they come out of their shell. You need to do like a long time lapse to see them cover up and like slowly swallow something. But yeah, it's interesting. Actually, in the thumbnail of this live video, I have what appears to be a diatom inside of amoebas. It ate the square thing that's inside of that amoeba in the thumbnail is the diatom, and who knew that amoebas could eat a whole big diatom? Yeah, but that little base of them is usually their mouth, and they could just open up and slowly swallow things. Yeah, no luck on finding a nematode or anything. But yeah, we'll go over to kind of the busy part of the slide, and let's switch over to 400x magnification. Adjust our settings a little bit here. Oh yeah, we can go up in light. Yeah, probably right about there. Get focused in. Yeah, so now the organic matter and these aggregates and fungal hyphae coming out of it. Now we start seeing some pretty cool things down there at 400x magnification. Yeah, let me see what I could do. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, so closing my aperture on the microscope just a little bit. Yeah, that's looking pretty decent. Alright, let's do a little scan around. Yeah, we still got plenty of time. Look at some fungal hyphae. Yeah, probably another saprophytic reducing. And we'll take a look at our bacteria and everything. Yeah, amoeba are great reducers. For a organism that really is pretty boring to look at other than how cool they look. They don't really move around or... But, yep, they do good work in the soil. Yep. there's another amoeba. Right there in the center. Oh yeah, where's my... I do have a pointer, yeah. There's another small testate amoeba. Yep, they're always a great sign. Oh, we got another one up here. So yeah, now that we're in 400x, we're noticing very faint testate amoeba. It's hard to see. He's the thin one. There, we'll go into 2x. Yep. But yeah, when we're in there at 2x magnification, it's always so funny how you start noticing all these little super fast moving bacteria that will zip around. Yeah, here's a couple over here. Kind of in focus. Where are they? Yep, there's one. Could be a small flagellate, but we're pretty zoomed in. And it's no bigger than some of these other wiggling bacterias. It's smaller than some of these wiggling bacterias. But it's funny with a lot of... You would have to get in at 1000x to see these little guys, and then at 1000x you have such a shallow depth of field. We're at 400x right now that they just come in and out of focus and you miss a lot of them. So it's kind of cool being able to even, you know... let's see, I can go in even... So now we're at 720p resolution at 400x. Yeah. It's a little hard to get a nice focus. But, yep. Definitely a lot of bacteria down there. We'll go back out to regular. Now I'm all the way zoomed out at 4K. That's funny. All right. Yeah, got a bunch of minerals clustered in with some aggregates. It's a weird shape right there in the middle. Probably some kind of spore. Yeah, I'm just kind of just dodging around. Oh, we got something glowing blue with the polarizer. Oh, wow. I didn't think those other ones were going to light up. That's interesting to see that. You know, it's some kind of mineral. Refracting light. Kind of actually a really useful way to tell if it's you know, organic matter, decaying plant material, or a mineral. Because a lot of times it's just when you do this, yep. Not all minerals glow though. So like these other ones that aren't glowing are definitely minerals. They're just not refracting light the same way. So that's a little inconclusive. Check out this fungal hyphae. Yep. Looks like some other. It's all frayed on the end from being broken. I wanted to see if we can find a big piece of root in there. No, I haven't tried any shape identification or anything like that. Oh, what was that kind of zoomy rod that we just saw? Where'd he go? Might have been a very small ciliate. shot across the screen and then disappeared. Interesting looking fungi. Alright. Oh, another amoeba. Wanted to see if I can find a root to check out with epi-florescence. Probably be if we find one. Probably be a tomato root. Oh, that one looks really neat. Yeah, just do a quick 2x. Meow. Twist things back. Alright. Where was there a root on there? Yeah, noticing a whole lot of little pieces of fungi. Oh, another amoeba. It's almost like he's got two little amoebas right there next to him on the front of him. Go into 4x real quick. Ah! So hard to adjust the knobs. Nope. Up, up. There we go. Ah! There. Alright. Yeah, see the two little balls in front of him? Might be babies. Always cool to see stuff like that. Yeah, pretty much anything moving is going to be in the sample. There's not much space for anything else to get in between. And if it did, they'd be huge. Probably black out the whole screen. Let's see. Wanted to find some fungal hyphae. Here, maybe I'll just bring down the light a second here. Go out to 100x. Oh, what'd I do? Nope. Plate. There we go. Oops. Wrong way. Alright, let's find a root to look at under epi. I know we saw a couple in there. So we're back out to 100. That's just organic matter. Oh. It's kind of an interesting, somewhat round chunk. But that might be a little... Oh yeah. That's got to be a root. So here, let's see. Let's pull out the epi. And I gotta change my ISO settings. We'll bump that to... Yeah, we probably gotta go up to about there. Turn those up. We're gonna turn our backlight off completely. Yeah, there we go. We're getting a bit of signal. Yeah, we'll go down to 30. Huh, maybe. One more. Alright. Yep, so now... Oh yeah, look at how that round thing is glowing. Ridiculously bright. That actually... That's... Yeah. I think that's some kind of organism. Some kind of big giant amoeba or... Huh. Very interesting. And then all the little specks are... different things glowing. Oh yeah. I can get that glow out of there if I do. Haha. Yep, there we go. Now we got a nice clean image. That was it was bouncing off the condenser and going back up. But yeah, bunch of interesting things glowing. Oh yeah, that might have been that piece of microplastic that we were looking at before. But yeah, so here's some... Yeah, so there's some organic matter that it's being colonized by some mycorrhizal fungi. Glowing super bright. Pulling some phosphorus out of there. It's always super fun. Cool to look at. Yep, and we got all these little... Every little glowing dot is probably some kind of phosphorus crystal. Or mineral. Oh, here's the edge of the slide. Nothing moving. Yep, more organic matter, little bits of phosphorus inside of it. Yep. Power up top. Just kind of scanning around for anything interesting to look at. Just get a little focus in on that. Yeah, it looks like a piece of a root. But let's see if we can find anything else really cool. Oh yeah, that's definitely a root here. Let's go into... Let's see if we can get a look at that at 400x. There we go. Yeah. So now we can see the cells of the root are all glowing orange. Some of them might be hyphae. It's only a little piece. But anything glowing super bright is phosphorus kind of mobilizing. The more the brown or orange is likely calcium, because the cell walls are made up of quite a bit of calcium. Yeah, there's a little bit of glow there. Alright, yeah, have a good day, Bowdy. Life in the Gardens. Check out his channel. And good to see ya. Wow, whole lot of glow. Yeah, and we can see the little bits of fungal hyphae, coming in and out of this aggregate, mining some phosphorus. Or it actually could be a root, and then there's just a bunch of, these are, so here we're at the aggregate level, from what I think, and then when we get down, it almost looks like there's a piece of organic matter right at that level, underneath that, all that stuff. A root or organic matter. But let's see. Well, what the heck is this glowing bright orange? Get a focus. This is probably, yeah. I think it's, yeah, that's definitely a piece of microplastic that is on top of the slide. Because, yeah, we gotta get way down here to get into the slide. So, yep. Little fiber, polyester. But, yeah, that's how bright some plastics will glow under epi-florescence. Kind of see some fungal hyphae down there. Anything else bright on there? But yeah, let me know if anybody has any last questions about gardening, soil, regenerative soil, or what we're looking at under the microscope. Oh, this little... Oh, it's actually just... no, looks like it's moving. That's interesting. That's a... I wish I can get a better focus on it, but that's a very that little bacteria looks bacillus shaped. He's kind of pointing straight up at us. Now he's, you know, he's moving this way. Now it looks more like a rod. Either ate a whole lot of phosphorus, or I don't know. That's interesting. So now let's actually. I don't want to blind you guys too much. Which, oh no, did I just lose him? Oh, I moved the camera slightly, and I think I lost him. I want to see if I can find that thing again. Where'd it go? I want to switch over to bright light. Yeah, there it is. And see what it looks like under bright light. Oops. Alright, so now I got whatever that moving thing is. Let's turn on the light. And bring up our brightness. Oops, wrong way. Turn down. We can turn off the epi. And yeah, it just looks like a little basilisk. We can go, oh, let's go 2x. But yeah, it was, oh, where's my pointer? But yeah, for some reason, it's interesting. Yeah, that's the one. Yep. That little thing was glowing ridiculously bright. What is that? Glowfly basilisk? Oh, it wasn't glowing that bright without us hitting him with the narrow wavelength epi light. But yeah, yep, that's the one. You can see him. Huh. I have never seen one little bacteria glow that bright before. That's really cool. Anyway, I think we're going to wrap things up there. I got to get ready and prepared for class and pull up something to show the class and our groups. And yeah, so hit those buttons if you would be so kind. Trying to grow the channel and someday maybe get monetized. So YouTube might pay me a couple of bucks, but I enjoy doing this stuff, so I'm always happy to share with you guys. And yeah, until the next time, there'll be a link in the description of the last time we checked out this bed. I'm going to do that right after the show. And also, yeah, check out the other videos for a ton more microscopy experience and what we do in the home garden and what we're growing. And until next time, yeah, well, I guess we'll catch you on the flip side. Thanks, everybody.